Hello, good day students. Nice to meet all of you back. This video lesson is for Coordinated Science 0654 IGCSE. I'm in chapter 11 Air and Water. This is my second lesson, 11.2. So let us move to today's PowerPoint and see what are we going to learn today. What is our focus for today? And what are the three top questions? So feel free to answer at the bottom of discussion board today. So if you have missed the lesson 1, feel free to go and watch the lesson 1 because it is a continuous process for this lesson. So in the lesson 1, we have learned about how to test water. What is the process that they use for the water filtration, as well chlorinations of the water. In lesson 2, we like to learn about the component of the air. So our focus today for this lesson is we want to find the composition of clean, dry air. So when I say dry, means there's no water vapor. Common pollutant in the air. State the adverse effect of this common pollutant on buildings and on health. Last one, state the source of each of these pollutants. So this is exactly following our 0654 syllabus. So our top 3 questions, I'd like you to have a paper and you can write some of these answers. And as we go through in our lesson today, you can check whether your answer are tally with our learning process today. First, name some air pollutant. Name them if you know. If you like to write the chemical formula, go ahead. The next one, are you able to name or discuss the effect of this pollutant, the one just now you have named in the first question? And the last question for us today, name the source of the air pollution. From where these pollutants are coming? So I'm going to give you about 1 minute. Try to answer this question. Okay, let us move to our first focus about the composition of clean and dry air. Now, some of you by now are able to identify what are the main components of the air. Some of you are still learning, so let us learn together again. Okay, so as you can see from this diagram, the main composition of air is actually nitrogen gas. It makes up about 78% of this total air. And 21% is oxygen. So both of them combining makes almost 99%. So what is left is other gas. For example, we have argon 0.9 as well other noble gases. We have about 0.03 carbon dioxide. And of course, we have other gases, probably some of you are able to name it, maybe like sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, nitrogen oxide, or any other gases. So all of those make a very small percentage, okay? Very small. So when we want to use, for an example, if you go to a hospital or you go to some places, you can see they have pure oxygen. Or for example, if they use for welding under the ocean, they need nitrogen. You can see the pure nitrogen tank. So all these gases are accumulated or derived from the air through this method, okay, by known as a fractional distillation. So fractional distillation is also used, as some of you have heard, in the crude oil industry. So in petroleum refinery, they used fractional distillation to get different fraction of petroleum product. In the same manner or in the same way, this fractional distillation also used in separation for air. So the separation of oxygen and nitrogen from the liquid air by fractional distillation. So student, as you can see in this diagram, the air is pumped and then cooled so that it can form a liquid. Okay, it's compressed and cooled to form a liquid, and then this liquid is heated at a different temperature. So the bottom here is a higher temperature compared to the top. So different type of gas will have different melting point. Okay, this is liquid melting point, and then boiling point as well. So they will be separated at different boiling point because this is a liquid. Huh? So this is, for example, krypton and xenon comes about 154, and then you can see oxygen, and then finally we have nitrogen at minus 196. So this is the method that they used to separate the air, fractional distillation. So this is important in our 0654 syllabus. Now, next one. What are the pollutants? So just now you are able to name some of them. So now we can see carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, oxides of nitrogen. It means could be nitrogen monoxide or nitrogen dioxide, and the lead compounds. Now, for some students who have mentioned carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is not an air pollutant. Okay. Now, what are the sources? From where these air pollutants are coming? So carbon monoxide are basically coming from the incomplete combustion of carbon-containing substances. For an example, in the vehicle, we use petrol or diesel. All these petrol and diesel contain carbon compound like alkane and alkene. So during combustion, some of them go through incomplete combustion. In a normal combustion, carbon compound will form carbon dioxide and water. In an incomplete combustion due to limited oxygen, it will form carbon monoxide and water. Okay. Sulfur dioxide. So sulfur dioxide is also due to the fossil fuel. So most of the fossil fuel like gasoline, coal, and petroleum, they contain naturally sulfur. Okay, they contain sulfur naturally, and when you are burning this fuel in the engine or in any heating process, for example, the power plant, they are naturally being produced as a byproduct. So beside combustion of fossil fuel, beside producing energy and producing carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide, there is also production of sulfur dioxide. Then third one, oxide of nitrogen. Again, we have the idea car engine. So as you can see, in the car engine, the fuel are being burned to produce carbon dioxide or in some cases carbon monoxide. Now, when the air is taken into this engine, as you can remember, air only contains 21% of oxygen. So this oxygen are used for the combustion process. We also have 78% of nitrogen, all right? Because the engine is very hot, about 3000 and above Celsius, this nitrogen started to react and form nitrogen oxide. Okay, for example, nitrogen monoxide or nitrogen dioxide. So this is how oxide of nitrogen are produced in the engine car. Okay, and the last one, lead compound. So lead is another natural things found in fossil fuel. So guys, the combustion of fossil fuel either in the vehicle or power plant or anywhere that they use to form energy, there's a large production of all these air pollutants. Now, what are the effects? For the first one, carbon monoxide is very important. As a science student, we need to know carbon monoxide is a poisonous gas. In a small amount, it causes breathing difficulties as it reduces the amount of oxygen that can bind together with the red blood cell, because when there is carbon monoxide, the red blood cell will bind with carbon monoxide, making it unable to carry oxygen. Too much carbon monoxide will result in carbon monoxide poisoning, which can kill any organism. So this is effect of carbon monoxide. Now, sulfur dioxide and oxide of nitrogen. Okay, sulfur dioxide or even nitrogen monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, when they mix with the rainwater, they form acid rains. Okay, and this acid rain kill plants and all the aquatic life. It erodes stonework, it corrodes metals. So guys, you can see sometime all the old building, they are being eroded because of the acid rain. Okay, for example, many of the historical building, as you can see, corrode metal, you can see as well, the bridges or the railway tracks sometime are being rusting. Okay, and the last one, lead. Lead is toxic for human. Okay, and it's cause a health issue. Of course, lead is the high amount is fatal for the living organism. Now, so I hope we have covered all these three questions. Name the air pollutant. We have carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, oxide of nitrogen, and even lead. And as you can see, the effect of the pollutant, there's an effect on human or organism, plant and aquatic or living other animals. There is also effect on buildings because it can corrode the buildings, can corrode the railway, can corrode all the metalwork around us. And the name, the source, as you can see, the main source is coming from the fossil fuel that we use in the vehicle as well in the power plant, all right, for the combustion process to make energy. So guys, this is all from me for today. I hope you can understand and see you in my next lesson. Bye for now.